Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another session of Belfast in Conversation, which is being organized under the auspices of ImageNation NI. I'd like to thank Mr. Sanjay Ghosh, who is the manager of ImageNation NI, and this series of conversations is his brainchild. I am Shiva Arava. My profession is a doctor, specifically an anesthetic consultant within the NHS. My interests beyond my job, which I love and take pride in, include a variety of sport, martial arts, music, and calisthenics. And as most of you will be aware, considering my Indian origins, it isn't surprising that cricket is one of my top sports. I've been playing club cricket around here, and I've had the pleasure of meeting Bobji quite a few times. And he's been very kind supporting our club over the last few years. Obviously, speaking about cricket, especially within the context of Northern Ireland and Ireland, we can't help but acknowledge the stellar and the significant role that one man from India has played in helping the game of cricket reach the current heights within Ireland. The fact that Ireland is now a test-playing nation is owed to a lot to this wonderful man. The title for today's conversation, on that note, is Cricket, India to Ireland with Bobji Rao. So before I welcome him, I'd like to give a brief introduction and background of Bobji. So, namaskaram, sir. Welcome to Belfast in Conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Sri M.V. Narasimha Rao, lovingly known to all of us as Bobji Rao or Bobby Rao, is our guest today. Mr. Rao, who was born on the 11th of August 1954, played 4 tests for India in 1978-79. He had the pleasure of playing against the mighty West Indies and the Australian cricket teams. He played for India as a leg-spinning all-rounder. Within the domestic cricketing field, he was the captain of the 1986-87 Ranji Trophy winning Hyderabad team, which probably was the pinnacle of his domestic career. Other highlights include the fact that he was the batting coach of the Irish national cricket team, and also he was the first Indian cricketer ever to be conferred the prestigious MBE award. He has also played a significant role within the community, and we'll delve into the substance of the conversation. So, Rao Garu, the first question then, I'd like to start off primarily with your childhood. So, could you take us to the beginning of your cricketing career as a kid? How and when did you get into cricket, and what are your earliest memories?
Yeah, when I was young, like every former Indian cricketers, we played gully cricket. We played in front of the house and in the locality.
Yes.
From the age of 7, 8. But once I was 12 or 13, then my brother Ranganath Rao, he was secretary for one of the clubs called Raj, and they were in the league.
Yeah.
So when I went and I scored for them, and shots so nice. For a couple of years I done that.
Yeah.
But I mean, every day we played cricket.
It's a bit like
not coached or anything, but we all played together.
Perfect.
So one day, as usual, I went to score for Etraj Cricket Club, which was called as well as it changed its name to Cricket Club of Secunderabad.
Yeah.
And a 3-day game it was against Railways in Lal Bahadur Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the players of the club they didn't turn up because he was coming late.
Right.
So I was the only one I was scored. They asked me to field. And the arrangement the opponent, both the captains made was that if this guy doesn't come by lunchtime,
Mm-hmm.
I will be the 11th player. So,
right. Okay. So fortunate entry into club level cricket.
Yeah, and then that's the first division. I never played second division or any other cricket, even schools or nothing. So I played, and they were going well, and they were 100 for no loss or something more than that.
Yeah.
So after lunch, the captain threw me the ball and asked me to bowl. So fortunately, I got 6 wickets for I think 102 runs. That's my first time bowling on a grass wicket as well, and it was just a flick probably, and it was a whole sensation, Secunderabad, the Deccan Chronicle paper was saying, backstage headline, and I didn't even see it. I went to school, and that's it. From there, I didn't look back. That year, then I was called for the trials. Then I played few games after that for Secunderabad. I've become a regular member. Because
from there on, sorry to interrupt there. So from there on, how did you manage to get into the Ranji group? When were you picked for the Ranji side in Hyderabad?
Yeah, when I was we have to come through school level. Hyderabad first. Mm-hmm. Then I played Hyderabad for that year when I was 15 or 14. Then under 16 Hyderabad schools.
Yeah.
Then I played Surgeon schools. Then we have a junior state.
Yeah.
That is another stepping stone.
So you had to go through the ladder.
Yeah. Then I played for Hyderabad second 11. Then from there, then I went on to the Hyderabad team. But it was a great christening to get into Hyderabad side because we had 7 test players at that.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
And it was impossible. It was impossible. But fortunately, we used to have in Hyderabad, a system was zonal, and Secunderabad, Hyderabad, and rest, and the colleges, which used to be a big tournament. So I played for Secunderabad. I was picked for Secunderabad, unfortunately, and Jaisama was the captain, and it was a very strong team. So fortunately, I performed well in those that first year in those games.
Yeah.
So I was brought into the panel for the 20 senior players, where I never expected I would get into even the 14 to get into the 14 panel is a big thing. But fortunately, then I got into the 14 first couple of years. My job as a 12th man to break me in.
Adding rings?
Yeah, all these players. So in 72, again, I got a chance against Kerala. Yeah. I didn't do well. So that was the start. And following the next year, again, it was something. Pataudi got injured against Kerala for a year. Yeah. Then I drafted in, and that was the match, the second game. I got 100 against them, along with Jason.
Excellent. Yeah. So one person's misfortune became another person's glory.
That was the second.
Very good. So you went on to have a wonderful first-class cricketing career with Hyderabad, obviously. And obviously the pinnacle was winning the Ranji Trophy as skipper for the Hyderabad team in 86-87. Could you highlight some important moments of that season for us?
Yeah, it was a fantastic season for Hyderabad. Me being coming to England and playing and coming here, I played in 78. I went to England as a professional cricketer in Lancashire League. Oh, that year I also went to Lancashire for a trial, and I was picked for the second 11.
Okay.
As well. So I could see the professionalism, and I seen all that. Clive Lloyd was the thing, and then we had David Lloyd and all the big players were there.
Yes. And practice. That must have been an entirely different level of professionalism of cricket that you've seen compared to what you had experienced.
What it was in India. Though I played with 7 test players.
Yes.
And I was involved in 2 semi-finals and we lost. Then I was the youngest in the side, and I remembered all that. So when we came so I prepared my side right from 2 months before the Ranji Trophy started, like training, physically
Pre-season work.
training with the military guy because he will carry your whether Silva or anybody. He would just so we done all that, totally change the concept of the cricket preparation for the Ranji Trophy.
Yeah.
We used to train at 6 to 7. Then we had a break and we took about 50 catches each with on the fielding. Then we came back at 2:30 and we had the nets. And at the end of the nets, then we had a yoga session.
All right.
So that year we done fantastic. I think altogether, even the number 10 batsman got 100. And we must have scored about 23 or 2400 that year.
Right.
And we had a formidable team in the final that was Delhi.
Yeah.
And we took lead, like the 2 occasions in the semi-finals that I played under Jason and Qatar, the whole lot were there.
Yes.
We took lead and lost again. So same thing, we were in the same situation. I really thought we will not repeat what had happened.
You don't want to lose.
And we got focused and got the players focused, early to bed, and everything. And it was amazing. And there's one more man I have to mention. He was Mr. Rajamani, who was cabinet secretary. He was in Delhi. He was my fan.
Speak up a little bit there.
Yeah, he was my fan, and he used to come in the morning at 6 and take me to the temple.
Oh, right.
Every day.
My divine intervention as well.
Yeah, and it was fantastic because we were underdogs.
Yes.
Delhi was fantastic.
Yeah.
We were underdogs, and that was a great achievement.
Yep.
Because then I can never forget about that. Though there are other many things that, your first time you're playing for India, but winning the Ranji Trophy after 50 years and with 7 test players, they couldn't do it.
Yes.
So it was something unbelievable and unforgettable.
I can imagine the pride. I still see the picture of you carrying the Ranji Trophy aloft, and I can see the pride in your face in that image.
Yeah, we came by train. And once we came into Andhra Pradesh, we were stopped at every station.
Yes.
And the train was 6 hours late. And there were 20,000 at the Secunderabad railway station. It
must be amazing.
Amazing, yeah. It was so, proud to feel as a Hyderabadi,
Very good. Yeah. So obviously, do you remember then when you were first picked up for the Indian team? Do you remember who informed you, and what memories do you have of that moment? Did you receive a telephone call, or was it you read it on the newspapers?
What happened was I flew back from Lancashire because I was picked to play for the South Zone against West Indies. So I flew back just the day before, and we played against the West Indies, Malcolm and all played.
Yeah.
So I got 70 odd runs along with Sardin Janji Gorhamba. We had a partnership, done well, and I got a couple of wickets. Then my yearly thing is my Walker Padmara friends. We went to Tirupati, all of us, about 20 of us, and few cricketers, even like Joseph Prasad, our Andhra Bank colleagues. We all went. So as usual, after the match, we dashed off to Tirupati. Went to Tirupati. Normally, we climb up,
Yes,
great fun. We've been doing for every year. We used to do for 10, 12 years,
Sure.
And went back and came back in the train, sat down, and suddenly we arrived in Secunderabad in the morning, and then suddenly you saw Deccan Chronicle. You were went home, and the whole thing was closed, and then we saw the Deccan back page. You were picked, and it was a really thrilling thing for everyone,
But was it a joy? You really enjoy that?
Yeah, every cricketer who holds the bat or plays any level of cricket wants to play for the country anywhere around the world, and it's a great achievement to play for your country,
Yes.
and for India, in 900 million people.
Sure, yeah. So do you remember walking into the side then, meeting the big players, Gavaskar, Kapil Dev?
Yeah, Kapil and me were together as we were the probables. We would come. I know Kapil in the training days and the camp. Gavaskar as well.
Yes.
Gavaskar was my second Ranji wicket actually. And,
do you keep reminding him often about that?
Yeah. And then you had big players like Vishan.
Yes.
My first test, his last test. Vishan was there. Venkat Raghavan. Vishwanath, a good friend of mine, Vishy was there. So you had Chetan. Unfortunately, Chetan passed away there. Mumbai was a good friend of mine, Chetan, and Anshuman Gaikwad, and Bharat Reddy was in Kirmani.
So as a youngster getting into the team, did you feel intimidated or did you feel welcomed?
Oh, they're all welcome. Those days we didn't have a coach, a batting coach, fielding coach, nothing. You had the manager, and the manager welcomed, and the captain is everything. He's a coach. He does everything.
Right.
And they're all. I mean, I played against them often, so they all know.
Yeah. Do you think you should have enjoyed a longer Test career with India?
Yeah, I should have. What everyone feels that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the circumstances, those days you had one series and, you had few matches and then, then again. So unfortunately, I couldn't get a good run. Mm-hmm. Like if you were on a tour away to foreign country, it would have been a different. Then I played all the last two tests, then a year, then you have to perform in the local season and come back again. Mm-hmm. That was the thing. So that no regret, but obviously I thought I could have played more.
Okay. Tell me this, then we'll move on to your stint in Ireland. When did you, and when was the first time that you ever come to Ireland? How did that happen?
Yeah, everything in my life is the same thing, accidental. So, like I played for Lancashire League, and I was in Andhra Bank. I was an employee in Andhra Bank. They were good enough to give me offer to play for a few years. Mm-hmm. Then the bank said they could not give me any more leave. So I didn't. Then I didn't play for Test. I didn't play for India. So I didn't sign any contract with them. So I went back. That was when I played against the West Indies, and then I was picked for the side. Then it's like football here, the Premier League and all players transfers and all. So once I played for India, then the other banks offered me job. Then so we had a discussion with our manager, and they promoted me into officer. And they said they would give me a few more years to go and play abroad. So that was too late. So I approached the agent and I asked him. So he said, okay. So I got so he got a team. That was Sabah.
Yeah.
And so we okayed it. But by then I went to Australia with Hyderabad Blues. Then my brother said that he got I said, okay. So we okayed it.
Yeah.
I have a family friend in Lancaster where I stayed with him. The doctor from Secunderabad as well. And I came to him and I said, where is this Sabah? And he said, Sabah?
Yeah.
From Ireland.
Right, okay.
So I said, no, you're not going there.
Too far away.
Not that, all the violence and the oh my God, And okay, we sit down and discuss because he was responsible. He was like a big brother to me because the family back home connection, and all that. And so 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and he said, no, you're not going.
Yeah.
And we discussed one day, and the afternoon normally came for lunch from his surgery. Then he showed me the mirror. Mm-hmm. There was in the front of the mirror there was a woman shot in the bottom. And there was on the camel hump and the side of the back club, from there it's close. Yes. And he said, well, you want to go here? And then I also asked if we did for a while, and then we discussed. And it's okay, I said.
Right.
If
Okay.
not, go and play a couple of matches, and
Yeah.
that's it. So I
Perfect.
came over, and the people were very warm and very
Friendly.
hospitable,
Yeah.
and the cricket was very backward. And it was a relaxation for me as well, because
Yes.
they're not many. They didn't play on Sundays those days,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
only Saturday. So it was good, and the season was short. Finished in second week of August, then we went back to Lancashire.
Right.
And then we went back. So that's the way.
Okay.
And I started coming year after year. Yeah.
And when did you realize that, oh, this is somewhere I would like to stay permanently? Did you ever see when you came in for the first time? Did you feel that you might stay here?
I thought that first month or so, a month or so, I thought last year, I would probably go and play Lancashire or somewhere, also
Right.
somewhere.
Okay. Tell me this then. How did you meet Mrs. Rao? Was it an accidental meeting as well with Josephine? Was it love at first sight?
I played for Staban, and her cousins, like the Gillespie's, Peter Gillespie, they all played for Staban. I coached them and all, they were there. So those days we used to get a nice big crowd, because that was the only entertainment around. So she came and watched her game.
Yeah.
But I think it was my fifth year or sixth year. I had a benefit match that year,
Right.
and so I was going towards the club, and her mother, they passed me, and they stopped and gave me a lift to the club, and I told her, Josephine, my wife, then that we're having a disco. They're having a disco. Why don't you bring your friends and all? So that night she came over for the disco, and then we met on disco with us, and that's history now.
Sister. Is Mrs. Rao about? Is she around? Josephine.
Yeah, come joking. Oh, she's here.
Hello, Josephine.
Hi.
So, how did you fall for this handsome young Indian hunk?
We didn't have much time, to be honest. We was actually leaving that year, and they wasn't supposed to be coming back again.
Uh-huh.
That night, which we met with, and that was
Yeah. So I saw Facebook flagged it up that it was 32 years yesterday. It's the 32-year anniversary for you guys meeting up.
it. Yeah.
How you managed to cope with him?
So,
and you have three lovely children as well.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And has anybody taken up cricket?
no. They would have played a bit when they were younger. The girls played a bit at school. Grace played a bit for under 15. Now best level, but he didn't carry it on. He likes his football, so
Oh yes, yeah. That's one thing that I had to keep my children away from as well if they want to concentrate on their cricket. Dear Josephine, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you very much for saying hello.
okay.
That's lovely. So let's move on to then the state of Irish cricket and your contribution to Irish cricket, Bobby. So what was the state of Irish cricket? You were telling me that it wasn't at an advanced level when you came over here. What was the setup like?
Very primitive, and there was a big difference, north and south, Dublin,
Yeah,
Northern Ireland. And it was mostly the highest level was that interpose we played, and that was it, because Ireland were under MCC, I mean UCD, so they played against MCC and few other countries of friendly those days.
yeah,
And that was it. Then they were given a chance to play in Benson Hedges and NatWest.
yes,
So that was those matches they went and played. Not much lost because they were not. The system was in there.
yeah,
Structure was in there. Nothing. So in I think it's 95. I came here in 89 to stay. Then I got a job with Simon general manager to the recreation club. So I think it was Ian McBride tried off the Irish team.
Mm-hmm.
They had a match time, and he tried off at the last minute. And they asked, Irish cricket people, they asked me, you know,
Yeah.
about to play. You know, it was very difficult because I was working, but the management of the fan knows that they said it will be good for the life. Why don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give you time off. So I went to play because those days I never practiced. I just coached fan knows and played youth cricket.
Yeah.
And suddenly, when you look at the Northam team to watch, it was Aaron Lamb captain.
Yeah.
Rob Bailey, the Indian Test player,
Mm-hmm.
30 handballs, and you had Kevin Curran, Zimbabwe Test player,
Right.
and Paul, a left-arm fast bowler for England.
Mm-hmm.
So all these guys were there, and okay, I said okay, we were a tough team, but I never wore a helmet at all, to play. So we all gathered up. The northern people, all the Northern Ireland people gathered at Belfast.
Yeah.
And we flew to Heathrow. And
Mm-hmm.
all the Dublin people, we flew and waited there in Heathrow for them to come a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Then we all, once they arrived, we met. Half of them I didn't even, like this. And we went into the bus, and straight away we went to Northam.
Yeah.
And I thought we'll have an evening session to practice. No, we went in, just the manager was there. He said, boys, 7 o'clock, the team meal.
Yeah.
Where's the practice? Still some of them we could go to the ground and have a nap.
Yes.
Then we had team meals, and that's it. So my roommate was Will Graham, my roommate, and I said, let's go early tomorrow, and I'll take a taxi and go on.
Yeah.
Go
Bobby, just speak up a little bit.
Yeah, Yul Graham was my roommate.
Yes.
The first night,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, let's go in the early morning. Can you go early in the morning and can you do a bowl and do some throwdowns to me?
Yes.
So me and we went up and had a bit of session. So they won the toss and put us into bat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was net wise was 60 overs, and we were 103 or 4 for 3 or something, and there was about 42 overs or gone. And it rained. There was a reserve day next day, and out of that, out of 16 or 18 overs, Curtly had 6 overs.
Right.
So they have to win the game, otherwise it'll be a toss. So anyway, toss. So next day, Curtly came steaming. First, second ball, he got Alan Lewis, the stump went, and so I had to walk in. And then my boy said, no, will you take a helmet and go? I said, oh, okay, I went down. I remember the first ball, like, I know the West Indies, I played against them a lot. And the first one on my hips and my flipping of my hip.
Yeah.
And he came random. He said, "You're not Irish. You're not fucking Irishman." He said, "You're not Irishman." I said, "Okay." I got 48 of 52 balls.
Very
we
good.
got 90, 52 balls not out. We got 120. That was the highest score Ireland ever got against the countryside. And they were all they were all filled. And we went into bowl, and they were 80 for 5.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of wickets, and Garfield Harrison, we did very well.
Perfect.
And I know it's a countryside.
Very good.
All can bat, and they finished off the 119.
Lovely. So, can I just ask you just to hold the camera a little bit further down so I can get your full image as well? I know it's a bit trying to get the audio and the video going together. That's better. Yes. Yeah. Just to tell me a little bit more about the state of the Northern Ireland politics as well, because you went through the troubles here as well in Northern Ireland, isn't it? Was that not a problem for you as a person of Indian origin, trying to contribute as a coach within the Irish setup?
No, I never looked at, because I traveled a lot before that.
Yes.
And I never looked in that. I was comfortable in going everywhere, because again, it's a novelty for a person coming from another country, and
Yes.
everyone has to you. And the cricket was part of a certain section of community.
Yes.
And it was my duty to promote because I'm passionate about my coaching. I was passionate about it. So Strabane being a predominantly Catholic thing, so fortunately they accepted me. I promoted cricket. I promoted cricket in 10 primary schools in Strabane, which
Very
they
good.
never had history of. But they accepted me, and wherever I went, okay, the principal and they always.
That's very good. That's very good. So how did you go on to become the assistant coach of the Irish cricket team then?
Yeah, after that match, I played few more matches because we joined ICC associates.
Yeah.
And I was still, they wanted me to play. I played few matches. Then they brought in Mike Hendrick as first time full-time coach, and I played a couple of matches, and I told Mike, you can give an youngster a chance. I was nearly 42, and I said, you can give an youngster a chance, and it's okay. Then Mike said, look, Bob, that he's mainly a bowler. And we want someone to assist him as a batting coach. So then I said, look, as far as you'll speak to my employers, because so then those days was Scott Derek Scott was secretary. He was to the mill management, and they said I can go to whatever kind of life in get happened in my bank. I was lucky that way. So that's the way I got involved in
the coaching
structure. Because I have my all the level 1, level 2, and level 3.
Yeah, coaching.
Coach 1, started ECB.
Yes, yeah.
Shooting level 1, level 2 coaching with ECB as well. So we put a structure right from the grassroots level, under 13, 15, and everything. So in 2000, then we qualified first time for the under 19 World Cup as well.
Brilliant. Yeah. So you have achieved quite a lot as a coach as well. Tell me this then: which important Irish players went through you before they made it to the Irish national team?
Yeah, most of them. I was so proud when I used to preach that we can get into Test cricket. They used to laugh because I've seen Sri Lanka.
Yes.
So we used to go and play Hyderabad. We used to go and play a friendly game.
Yeah.
And they came to India again, play. They got hammered and all. Then they came. I said we can also do it. They didn't believe. But I was proud to see when the first Test match there were 9 players who I was involved in some level or the other.
Yes.
Like Ed Joyce, the O'Briens.
Yeah. Boyd Rankin.
And Boyd Rankin. Then even Morgan was involved. Morgan in the youth level and all that. And except 2 players who you had then the Semi and
Semi Singh.
Martha, the fast bowler.
Very good.
But the rest of them all.
Tell us about your interaction with a certain very, very special player, VVS Lakshman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After we won the Ranji, I come to Ireland because it was in April, and then after we won, all these functions and different things were on, so I didn't come that year. Yeah. So I started an academy, first academy to be opened in Hyderabad. Started academy in Secunderabad.
Yeah.
And we started about 5, 6 players, then it filled up within a week, and 2 weeks later we nearly stopped. This gentleman brought this young fellow to me and said, look, he's very keen, he wants to join. I said, look, filled up and this thing. And he said, no, he's Dr. Shantaram's son.
Yeah.
Oh, I said, because Dr. Shantaram treated my very close friend called Suresh. He has an accident on the road, so he treated him. Then suddenly, okay, I said, so that's where Lakshman traveled all the way from Hyderabad. His granite house is opposite to the good academy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Lived there and
it's great that you had a role in play in coaching this man who went on to become such a prominent and as a gentleman cricketer for India.
Yeah, he was. I was very proud because you could see, you could immediately the first day, I was, I showed him a script and all the things.
Yeah.
And he went whole night at home. He
Yeah.
didn't sleep half the time. He was taking the next day because I'm going to check everyone. And he was telling me, and he done that. But you could see he would ask you questions for, how to go. Right from young, he was so keen, and you could know he would make it.
Very good. Very good. Tell me then, do you think cricket in Ireland has helped heal some of the wounds of Northern Ireland's troubled past? You have played a significant role there, isn't it, in terms of bringing the communities together? How do you think cricket has helped bring the community together?
In any sport is a vehicle to build bridges between communities as well as countries. Even the India and Pakistan haven't played until when they came back to play Test match. People, both countries, they're so passionate, and the Test matches are played in a very sportive manner, and the camaraderie and the friendship.
Sure.
So sport is a great vehicle to build, to build communities and countries, because I know because what I achieved here between the two communities with 30 years they have it.
Yeah. Certainly, something that can be used to bind together differences. I think to mask differences between communities. Absolutely. So when was the MBE conferred on you? 2012, was it?
2011-12. It was a surprise, but it was a great honor, and I was very proud because for my family back home, which they done so much for me, and I was away from them quite a lot, and so they're going to see me achieving that. Especially my parents were passed away, but my brothers and sisters and everyone is there.
They all take pride. No, certainly we take pride in a person of the community from the Indian community being conferred the honorable MBE title as well. And from a point of view of advising the Indian community in Northern Ireland, is there anything that you would give as a message in terms of helping people from the Indian community contribute and gelling more into the Irish society?
Yeah. Like it's our adopted country.
Absolutely.
Yes. So the first thing you get up in the morning, say to yourself what you can do for Northern Ireland, not for yourself. What you can, what you can do for the people of Northern Ireland.
Absolutely.
That will definitely take you.
Lovely. Yeah, that's a lovely thought. That's a lovely thought. Yeah, appreciate that. And do you see any more second and third generation cricketers of Indian origin playing for Ireland in the future?
Definitely. I can say I'm so passionate. I'm recently Letterkenny Cricket Club, first time in Indian club has been in the league. Debut in the league, and I can see the passion. How many, all the young people. I would like to see Indian origin boy born in North or South to play for India, and I can see that another 4 to 5 years you will see Sharkey.
We hope we'll be able to see that happening in the future. On that note, I'd also like to welcome Conor Sharkey. So,
Yeah.
Conor, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you.
Conor is a journalist and he's worked for BBC, ITV, RTE, and he's had his work published in America and Canada. So Conor is the author of Bobby Rao's biography, which is called India and Ireland, A Love Story. So I take it, Bobby and Conor, this book is all printed and ready and is on the verge of being released. We'll just have a quick few minutes talking about the book itself. So, Conor, when did you first meet Bobby?
I've known Bobby for a long time. I've been a journalist now for nearly 17 years, so I've known Bobby for that length of time.
Very good.
Also, growing up, my parents would have went to the band club, and Bobby was always there. He was always very good with us children, and he was always about the club. Because he was slightly different and he was charismatic, so we were always drawn to him in that respect. But as an adult, I've known him for now 20 years now. So yeah, we're good friends.
So a long history between the two of you then.
What's that, sorry?
A long history between the two of you.
Indeed, yeah, very long.
Yeah. So tell me this, whose idea was this to write Bobby's biography? Was it yours or was it Bobby's?
It was a joint effort. Bobby and I, like to say, we meet up through our work. I work for local news and Bobby runs the Fan Ethics Community Association. So our paths cross regular. And a couple of years ago, we just started discussing, Bobby obviously has a good story to tell, but the full extent of that story isn't really known here. So he and I started discussing it and we started putting together a few ideas.
Yeah.
And then we said, look, let's do it, let's write it. So that's how it came about,
Yeah, perfect. Very good. So the title, let's see who thought about the title. Was it you or Bobby again then?
To be honest, it was the publisher.
All right.
Well, we had bounced a few ideas around, and we couldn't really come to something, a real conclusion. So we flew over to Hero Books, who published it, and they came up with the title, and I think it's perfect because it is a long story. It's one of Ireland, love for India, obviously, but also love for Josephine, love for Japan. So I think the love story is exactly what it is.
Yeah, the romance, cricket is a romantic sport, and I think real life romance meeting cricketing romance is such a lovely title. It does stimulate the audience. I think to me, I think I'm very, very keen on getting a hold of the first copy of the book, a signed copy from Bobby. Right. So, Conor, just give us a glimpse into some of the main contents of the book. Maybe a couple of highlights from the book that you think, or give us an insight into Bobby Rao, the cricketer himself.
Yeah, I suppose my background is not in cricket in any respect at all. I never played cricket. I used to work in the band club sometimes, and that was about the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah.
So the book itself, it was never going to be a sporting book or a sporting almanac. Mm-hmm. It had to be about Bobby the man rather than Bobby the cricketer, because I wouldn't have the knowledge to write a cricket book. Right. So it's very much about Bobby and who he is. He's covered a lot there, and he's chatted with me about his journey and how he got into cricket and his rise to test cricket and the arrival in it. And that's covered in great detail. But a lot of it then is very in depth about Bobby's contribution. Things people won't know about who he is and what he's come through. He's had some difficult things here as well, which aren't well publicised. He's quite a private guy, so
yeah. I think it's the modesty and they underplay your attributes kind of personality that Bobby himself has. And I should definitely hope that this book will throw a different light on Bobby Rao's contribution to Irish cricket, not only for the Irish public, but also for all the Indians who live over here.
Well, it definitely will. It'll be interesting for everyone, for the Japan audience, the Irish audience, but also obviously for an Indian audience.
And the wider audience.
There's more than what we know. So,
yeah.
That there was nothing.
So do you have, yeah, sorry to interrupt you there. So do you have a release date for the book, or when it would be available for sale? Are you planning on digital copies as well on, say, Amazon or stuff like that?
Yes, it'll be available on all major platforms. We've put together a launch date of October the 2nd.
Yeah.
Obviously, restrictions are making it difficult to launch it at this time, but we're pushing ahead with it. And the week after that, then it will be available on Apple, on Amazon, and all your major channels, download it. Hard copies will be available in all shops in the band. We're trying to get it out there to Dublin, Belfast, and we're very excited about what's happening in India because I know highly anticipated there.
We definitely are looking forward to the release of the book, and we'll love to go through the contents of the book as well. I understand this is your first book as an author as well, Conor. Is that right?
It is. Yeah. It's not I had ever planned. I'm kept very busy with my work, and it sort of happened organically. It was never, I never set out to write a book. It just sort of happened, and here we are, a couple of years later.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Bobby's giving me the opportunity to write it and tell the story. So,
lovely. Hopefully, this is the first of many books for you, Conor. What do you think then? What was your experience like about researching for the contents of the book as well?
Yeah. I got to go to India, which was an experience of a lifetime, and I'm so looking forward to getting back to it at some point. In terms of research, like I had to go through documents that haven't seen the light of day in decades, so it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but it was also very enjoyable once you get into it and started to work out just how much this man has contributed in terms of sport, but also to society as a whole. So you use reports from way back and wow, and everything. But it was exciting for me.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you very much, really, Conor and Bobby, both gentlemen, for making time out to help out with this Belfast in Conversation.